Hi, everyone. I'm Miki Tasaka, Chief Alumni Officer at BCG and also a Senior Partner and Managing Director in BCG Tokyo. Today, I'm delighted to welcome Victor Chen. He was in our Taipei office from 2008 to 2020 as an Associate Director and Partner, and he is now the Chief Strategy Officer at Amer Corporation, an international sporting goods company with great brands like Altrix, Salmon, and Wilson. Today, we'd like to talk to Victor about a couple of things, and maybe we'll start with his career and his perspectives on how he got where he is today. So, with that, Victor, welcome. Perhaps you can just tell the audience a little bit about what you do.
Hi, Mickey. Hi, everyone. I'm Victor Chen. Right now serve as the Chief Strategy Officer of Amer Sports. Maybe before introduce the whole journey, maybe let me introduce a bit of our company. So
Okay.
we are the holding company of multiple great global well-known brands, including the outdoor brand Artrex, ball sports equipment Wilson, and also running the ski brand Solomon, and also the ski brand Atomic, and also the outdoor brand Peak Performance. So it's a great portfolio we have. And then I remember it was 2018 and 2019 during that period when I served as a BCG Greater China in the Corporate Transaction Center, leading the center. I helped the current owners to run the due diligence work and the post-deal management work for this multi-billion euro transaction, M&A transaction. So the board is actually quite interesting, which include the China-based Anta Sports, the founder of Lululemon, um, the private equity FountainVest, and for sure the internet giant Tencent in Asia Pacific. So it's actually a really exciting opportunity to work with them. And then I remember last year during the pandemic, the board actually asked me do you want to come join to serve and lead the a
Mm.
group strategy function? I was like, yeah, it's kind of interesting to eat my own medicine to to for this very interesting a value creation journey. So and also I do all kinds of sports, covering all the sports discipline that our brand served. So it's really a lifetime experience opportunity. So I decided to leave BCG and join this. But even nowadays, I still call we BCG to my colleagues.
We're okay with you forever being part of we. That's
Yep,
okay. Once a BCGer, always a BCGer.
yep.
But a wonderful story. That's great. Good. So you've been there for a bit now, and it is, as you said, the medicine you created or the baby you birthed with all of these brands, and a fairly complicated company. What are some of the leadership challenges you may have faced, and how have you overcome them?
Yeah, I think maybe just introduce a little bit of the two strategic focus we have. The first one is really to transform this very wholesale-based traditional scale and synergy business model to a more modern consumer-driven growth model. So that require different kinds of capability of our existing brands, including the how to run the consumer insight driven product development, including the direct to consumer channel engagement, including e-commerce, including online offline conversion. A lot of things are relatively new to our brands. So this is one part of the a value creation journey to really enable the brand to capture most part of the value along the value chain. Another part is also very interesting because I serve and also deeply involved in the topic in BCG for the parenting strategy, portfolio strategy, how to create a lean and powerful corporate center to manage this kind of fairly complex multi-country, multi-region, multi-sports, and the multi-business model portfolio. It's actually quite interesting. Um, but I think BCG taught me a lot. A decade of client survey experience and also the great leaders are working together with me to develop this kind of fact-based driven analysis and insight generation. Really the key to overcome all this kind of tough but also interesting intellectual problems.
Yes.
So actually a very fun, interesting journey since last September I joined the company so far.
Great. Well, thank you for sharing those stories. I know you've just described how diverse the portfolio is in terms of its lines of business and the products and whatnot. I think you've also been very passionate about diversity in general, and I wanted to pivot a little bit around how you think about the organization and the
Mm,
people and the muscles that you develop to do all that you do, and how do you indeed prompt and promote diversity of recruiting, retention, and development of different kinds of populations from all over in terms of your talent pool. Perhaps you can talk about that.
yeah, I think indeed the talent war is for sure the current must-win battle for all of the corporation. One thing I want to share is that during the 12 years in BCG, especially in the Asia Pacific, Greater China, we see the digital-led economy attract a lot of talent from worldwide to come to here to create a lot of like a great story for the user engagement and also the like different startup ideas. And we see the power of a diversified talent pool. And also, this is very much driven by a very high growth agenda. All these are great companies set up. So if I think about my advice to our portfolio brand, it's always to think about how to aim high in your growth agenda. And once you think about actually sky's the limit, you will definitely want to make sure you attract the best talent as the most important asset for growth. To really react to different kind of disruptions. In the last 2 years, we see different kind of disruptive trends,
Indeed.
good
Indeed.
surprises,
Yes.
more negative surprises, right? And then
Mm,
talent is really the most reliable asset, and also you want to retain, develop, and also protect them to make sure like they can create future growth for the company.
indeed. Indeed. Well, thank you for sharing that as well. My final question today is, and you've referred to this already a little bit around learnings from BCG, but I was going to ask you, what is the best piece of career advice you've ever received that you
Yeah,
might want to share with the audience?
yeah. We all know that in BCG we got different kind of a career development committee, right? From the like ADC, CDC, PDC, ODC, right? All kinds of development
Right, all
committee.
these development committees. Yes, we have
Yeah,
many of them across
and
our
then
tenure.
I still very much remember in my like a PDC era that one of my PDC rep told me this like make sure you really understand who is your umpire on the field because you
Who's
might
your
be
umpire?
yeah,
Mm,
who is your umpire because you might be a very good player, right? You probably
mhm.
won a lot of games already, but the different game you face different umpire, and make sure you understand who is your umpire and also how would he or she define the winning criteria or like the rule of the game, and try to adjust and adapt yourself to that. Say like right now, if you ask me like who is my umpire, I would say consumer is my umpire, right? So the consumer, how they love our brand,
Right,
how do they want to buy our product, what kind of engagement they want to have with me. So they are actually the truth to our
right.
business. And then to understand like what kind of selection criteria to define the winning and define the business success is probably the most important thing in our business. So
And
again, on the advice like to really make sure you understand who is your umpire.
I love that. I've never heard that. It's you're right. The umpires are the ones that set the rules, make the rules, and yeah, their word is it. So I appreciate that you connect that with the consumer. But anyway, thank you so much for sharing that. I
Yeah,
really appreciated hearing about your stories. I'm sure our audience did as well. You are the final BCG Alumni Leaders Series
wow,
speaker for the year. So thank you for
yeah,
joining me to close out the year. My best wishes to you as the holiday season approaches, and to my audience, please stay tuned for the next
yeah.
episode in due course. Thank you so much, Victor.
Thank you, Mickey. Thanks everyone. Happy
Goodbye.
holidays.